Okay, hey guys, and welcome back. So we're doing a variation on the Tainted Summoner Warlock from our last video. The only thing that's really changed is, other than gear, is instead of maxing out the Mirrored Blades and Levitation Mastery, we ended up maxing out the Hex Purge and Hex Bane, and it looks like I forgot to drop a point to the Mirrored Blades there. I think because I had Dreadfang on, and that gives you Mirrored Blades points. So let's just quickly respec and get that Mirrored Blades, and you guys can see what we're investing into. So, okay. We're still doing our standard 1 point Summon Goatman, max Demonic Mastery, 1 point Deathmark, max Blood Boil, max Tainted, 1 point Engorge. Then go over to Eldritch, 1 point Levitation Mastery. Basically 1 point into everything all the way down to Mirrored Blades. Okay? And then you're going to max out Hexbane, and you're going to max out Hex Purge. Now it's up to you if you also want to drop 1 point into Lethargy Sigil or not. You won't need it, but it's up to you. You can go 19 points and 1 point. I'm just going to go ahead and max Hex Purge. So here's how you play this build. First thing you do is you want to have Mang Songs equipped with Measured Wrath, just like in the last video. You want to have all your plus skill gear on you while you summon your Tainted. So actually, before you do any of that, you want to cast Battle Command for the +1 skill. And it does matter because that +1 skill will bring up the level of your guys, and it will actually stay that level for the duration of their summon, which is until they die or you leave the game, which can be a really long period of time and worth your while. So we're just going to go outside. We're going to cast Battle Command. Okay, and then once we have that Battle Command cast, we're going to want to switch back to Mang Songs from the Call to Arms, right? You want to summon your Tainted now. You want to put the Battle Command, the Call to Arms back on. You don't need Mang Songs anymore. Once you summon your Tainted, that's it. You can put it in your cube, your stash, it doesn't matter. Okay, and now you're going to want to cast Battle Order on you guys. So 1, 2, 3... And now you have the option of either casting Hex Bane or Hex Purge. It's really up to you. Purge has a little bit more attack speed, which will help with your Mirrored Blades. But Hex Bane does a little bit more damage and has a couple other little things there. You could see minus enemy defense, attack rating, and minus the enemy attack rating. Overall, I think the Purge is better for our purposes, even though it's a little bit less damage. I think that increased attack speed and the explosions are going to help. So we're going to cast that. We can actually cast it with the Mang Songs if we want. I just don't bother because then you have to swap it out every time. You do have to refresh Hex Purge eventually. But like, I mean, it makes a bit of a difference for the damage, so it might be worth the swap. Okay. Once you've done all that, it's a bit complicated, I guess, but it's worth doing. So I'll show you guys why. So now you've got that on. You're going to use Mirrored Blades. It looks like it's about 1,000 less damage than the physical build, but keep in mind, overall, this is actually more damage. And why do I say that? Not only is some of this damage now magic, which nothing is immune to, but you also get the benefit of the explosions from the Purge and the increased attack speed that we were lacking before. So I mean, look how much faster that is, right? It's almost like a phase blade. Keep in mind, we're using a two-handed weapon. Okay, this could also have an increased attack speed jewel instead of this rune for faster attack. So actually, let's go to town and rectify that now. I believe I have an extra jewel somewhere. Once you guys see this build in action, you're going to understand what the hype is about and why I bothered making this video. Okay, sorry for the hold up here, guys. I just want the gear to be as good as possible so that you have a true representation of just how absolutely OP this build can be. So here's a 15 increased attack, 40 enhanced damage, so that will help us a little bit. Okay, we'll recast our battle orders here. And now the beauty of it is you could even use your Phase Blade battle, Call to Arms, as your weapon with your Mirrored Blades because you've got that Hex Purge on. So I'll show you guys how. Right, even this works if you really want to. Not as well, but it does work. Anyway, let's see how well the, yeah, that's crazy. Look how well that does. Now, did that Hex Purge already wear off? Let's see. No, I guess it didn't. Okay. So, I mean, that's player's 8, guys. Everything just dies. It just pretty much insta-dies because... Right? And I mean, look at, I have almost no resistances. I haven't even spec'd into Vitality yet, so like... and this is player's 8. Okay, so the Venom Lords do give trouble because they're basically fire immune, but watch what happens. Watch what happens when I hit them with the Mirrored Blade. Right? They just go down. This is player's 8, guys. They just go down so fast. For player's 8, this is pretty wild. And like I will say, I can't really tell the difference between this build and the last build as far as which one does better. I almost feel like the previous build might have been better, but now I'm realizing that, you know what, I haven't geared up properly. Hang on a minute. No wonder I'm not hitting as for what I'm expecting. I haven't fully geared up here. Okay. So you're supposed to also, you can either wear a Hellwarden's Will for the additional minus enemy magic resistance and increased attack speed, or you can wear G-Face for the crushing blow and again a deadly strike, increased attack speed, etc. It's up to you. I like the Gores instead of the Travs. I like the laying of the hands instead of the ghouls. Okay, let's try this one, see what happens. Let's get back out there. And it looks like Hexbane wore off, so let's recast that. Okay, well it certainly hits a little bit faster, but I think the real money combo is the G-Face, because even though this does have a lot of stats that benefit this build, you just can't get away from how good that G-Face is. Look at this. 90% crushing blow, 30% deadly strike. If you want to trade off 15% deadly for an additional 10% crushing, you just swap out the Gores for Goblin Toes, and those will give you 25% crushing blow. Okay, let's see. So now that we've got the G-Face on, yeah, see, the Venom Lords become a cinch because now you're hitting them not only with the laying of the hands, not only with the crushing blow, but also with the deadly strike and the magic damage. I think, truthfully, the magic build is a little bit weaker. I think I preferred when we spec'd into Mirrored Blades and Levitation Mastery instead. But this is still player's 8 and it's still a Rex. So it's really just a personal preference. The physical build will give you more leech, which is one thing worth considering. Don't know why. Okay, anyway. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm not going to bother finishing the Chaos Sanctuary. I'll leave it there. Like I said, player's 8. Lots of different variations you can do on this build. If you really want to get into it, you could swap out, you know, the Arachnids for the Geeds, the Entropy Locket, the Sling. All of these would further boost the magic damage that we're getting from either the Bane or the Purge. But like I said, I just don't think it's enough damage to make it worthwhile, you really are better off with the Levitation Mastery and Mirrored Blades.